Now we're gonna talk about the stuff that you guys probably want to hear about. First off, this was on my mind. Dafran says, congrats to the person who won the Danish community lead, but it's obviously rigged as fuck. Why involve me in the vote then? He's not wrong, dude. He was put into the vote with no chance of winning because I know how things work, right? There is not a single way. It is literally impossible that he did not win the vote. Because the only people who were allowed to vote were top 150 people. Were top 150 players on the ladder, right? Dafran is popular. A lot of people know about Dafran. They voted Dafran. That's what happens. They voted 100%. They voted Dafran, which means that he won the popular vote. He absolutely won it. But then someone else was chosen, right? The girl that was chosen, yeah, the girl was chosen, which is fine, dude. Like this is not a political stance, right? I'm not against her. I'm not against her because of her rank or, oh, she's a female, whatever. It's not anything about that at all. That's not what I meant. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying he probably won the popular vote, but they didn't give it to him because I think they didn't know that if the Fran gets voted in, right? The Fran gets voted in, what happens next? Reddit threads that will post again old stuff, right? Old stuff like throwing, like toxicity and shit like that, right? And then from there, that will go to Twitter, and then from Twitter, it'll reach the competitive community, it'll reach the whatever, and then it'll hit the normies, and from the normies, if they hit the normies, the media outlets will go like, dude, the normies care about that shit. Hell yeah, dude, easy article. And then you'll have things such as Kotaku, who make extremely biased articles that are gonna be like, dude, you know what, dude? Easy money, dude. Easy money for us, dude. They're gonna go, Blizzard intentionally chooses a toxic thrower, piece of shit Danish newbie instead of voting in or selecting a perfectly respectable, competitive person, and then they use everything in their arsenal to fucking take him down, right? Like, oh, that girl that was in the candidates, she's nice, she's good, she's what we need, whatever, and then they'll just crush Blizzard for it, right? And then the whole media will just jump on the gun, right? Which is what happens in that's just what happens, dude. You can't do anything about that, dude. That's just complete fucking garbage. It's just dog shit. But that's how life works, right? So, I'll talk about this in a second. So they chose that girl, but the problem that I have with this is that from a person who's very involved with the community, I know everyone pretty much, right? Like, we know everyone. Like, I know all the people, even the hidden ones, the ladder stars, the contender, the open division. I know most people because I do research and shit, or a decent amount, right? I'm involved with the community. This song is fucking terrible. I can't listen to this. And in all my fairness, dude, no bias, I have no idea who the fuck she is. I have no idea who the fuck it is. So if I have my own distance and I can't trust it, how do you expect the country to trust her? It's super hard. If the fucking, what the fuck is this? If the country falls short or has shortcomings, who do you think that they're gonna blame, dude? Here's how the world works, right? I'm not. This is not an opinion. This is really how it works, right? I'm serious about that. This is serious. XQc's serious. This is serious, Felix. Okay. This is how the world works. Okay. Some things or events or personalities are, I think, are called like hidden, right? They're hidden, right? If they're negative, right? Negative people are sort of hidden, or what they did is hidden. Chipsa has nothing that has reached the normie layer. Right? It's kind of hard to explain, dude. Okay, listen. who knows that Chipsa is like sort of an ass sometimes, and I don't dislike Chipsa that much. Dude. Fuck it, I'm not gonna slander his name, dude. He's fine, dude. Okay, he's not terrible. He's sort of toxic, right? So Chipsa is sort of toxic. So Chipsa equals toxic, yeah. But has he done anything that has reached Twitter mass fucking spam or big Reddit threads? Chipsa throwing 20 ranked games. Chipsa talks to this girl, or Chipsa does this, or Chipsa robbed the bank, or Chipsa boosted accounts. Chipsa fucking did this, that. No, he didn't. Because his reach it wasn't even big enough, and people didn't care enough to do it if he did. But right now, there's no evidence of anything, right? So he's toxic, but the only people that know that he's toxic, who knows that he's toxic? Who knows? Well, the hardcore, dude, the HC, the hardcore fans and the hardcore people, the people that are really involved with the community, right? And the small Reddits. But there's been no threads extreme negative on the big Reddits, the big Twitter, right? Which those go directly to the normies. The normies still don't know anything about Chipsa. They don't know shit, right? But the problem with the friend is that he has a lot of drama around him with the throwing and toxicity that has reached the normies. He absolutely did 100%. If you go on the big thread on Overwatch the normal Overwatch, the huge Reddit, if you mention the friend, they'll crush you. They'll fuck you over. And that's what Blizzard was trying to avoid. If they say, the friend, boys! The friend, we're taking it as our community leader, as our hero, dude, as our genius. The normies will strike back, and it'll be really fucking bad. So that's just the way it is. Chipsa is bad, yeah, you guys are gonna say Chipsa is just as bad? You're right, but he hasn't hit the normies. He hasn't hit the whatever. He hasn't hit this layer of people that you know. So he's fine. That's just the way it is. Because Chipsa is still small enough. Dude, listen. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. You guys know me as the streamer that I am, right? And the broadcast that I do, right? You guys know me. But do you guys have any idea of the fucked up shit I did before where we're at right now? I don't mind saying, I don't mind linking it. I don't give a fuck. Did you know that way back when I used to play rank, I was a known stream sniper before I streamed? You guys know that? I would snipe hard blue, I'd snipe Kephrii, and there was this one time where I played Mercy and I was playing with Kephrii, and every time he needed heals, I would damage boost, right? And I would say, I got you, dude, and I would damage boost him, right? And then at some point, I was playing on Volskaya, and he was using Widow, he was on box, and everything would go, dude, this guy over here, I would wall him out. I'd wall him off. See? Most of the guys didn't know that shit. Because it never made big, because I wasn't like big enough or whatever. What about the time where we were playing a tournament, right? And there's 6 slots against 6, right? And for some reason, the spectator slots were open, right? I was playing in a big tournament, and the tournament specifically said no spectators, no specs. And the people against us were the BK Star, like a Korean team, and they had a spec, right? They had 1 spec. And apparently he was their coach, but he wasn't coaching them for this one instance. He was casting the game, which is pretty reasonable, dude. That's reasonable. From now, I understand this. Most of you guys weren't there for this drama. That this never hit the big Reddit. It hit the small one, right? But what happened then is that they had a spec. I'm like, dude, you're not allowed to have a spec. He's like, yeah, but he's a broadcaster, like a third party. I'm like, no, you can't broadcast it. This is a private match. This is a tournament. And they're like, no, he's our whatever. And then, you know me, dude. I'm a fucking idiot. You know what I did, right? You guys fucking know it, dude. I said, okay, I want my coaches to. And they're like, coaches? And I opened my friends list, and I invited every single pro player or person that I knew from my friend list. And then we had literally 11 coaches. We had 11 specs in the match. 11 specs in the match. Absolute normies. People that had no idea. People that had literally nothing to do with the tournament. We filled the spots, boys. And then I said, I'm sorry, guys. Can you guys wait for my 11th spec, please? We need our 11th coach. We need it. And then it was full of people, right? And then in the game, they were meme and shit. And then at the very end, xReady came and he said, yeah, this is the now esports coach number 14 tuning in. Thank you. And then they would just spam the chat with like, get fucked, rolled, easy, easy. They would spam the fucking chat in tournament, dude. It was so stupid, right? But that only made it to the front page of the small Reddit, not the big one, and not on Twitter or whatever, right? It was very small instances. But if my stream was sort of big at that point, people would have fucking crushed my ass. And then I would have been in bad standards with the public, with the media, with Blizzard, right? But I was too small for it. And that's what happened with Chipsa. Whatever he does, he's too small to make it to that point of getting crushed by media because he doesn't have that much reach. That's where... That's what I understood. That the rules are all flexible, dude. All this politics shit is like a rubber band, right? If you're big, if you're small, you can stretch it so far, even if it's really bad, until it reaches the normies. But if you're big, you start here. So the rubber band, it's over. It can be very small. You get fucked. It's GG's, and that's where I understand, dude. I understand. I would choose Snipe Hard Blue all night, yeah. And then what I would do, I'd Snipe Hard Blue, I'd talk shit, right? And it would be funny on his team. But if I was against him, I'd try really hard. And if I lost, dude, I would go into his fucking Discord, right? And I would spread some fucking shit, dude. I'd go, fuck Hard Blue. He said I was bad on stream. Fuck that guy. What a newbie, dude. I hate Hard Blue. I hate him. He's such an idiot. He discriminated me, dude. What a joke. And I would spread some shit, dude, all the fucking time, dude. I was such a newbie. But I never did it for growth for my own stream. I didn't have a stream. I had one, but I didn't tell anyone about it, right? I never did shit to fucking grow whatever, which I think I still respect. I was dumb, but I wasn't dumb malicious. You know, I was D, but not DM. You know what I mean? There's a lot of drama, dude. There's a bunch of there's good stories in there too. There was this one time where I cut my teammate out of my team 12 hours before our tournament deadline. Because I want to win. I want to win really bad. And I found a replacement for him overnight. And I still feel bad about it, but I kicked him overnight. Right? And that was the hardest thing to come back from because everyone hated me, dude. They hated my fucking ass, dude. Remember when I shit my pants in 5th grade? Okay, there's this one time in 1st grade, I was sitting at my small table, right? And I was so scared, dude, to ask to go pee or whatever, that I just fucking peed my pants straight up, dude. I just fucking peed my pants straight up. I said, fuck it. I'm not gonna ask. Asking is too rough for my brain. I'm just gonna piss right here, dude, and we'll see how it goes, dude. And then for the whole day, dude, right? It would smell so bad, dude, right? I had like pants, you know, like they're sort of like whatever. And then they be like, gee, dude, what the fuck is this? And I would just go, it's my apple juice. It's the apple. And I'd be like, smell it, smell it. And they smelled my thing, dude. They would smell it. I would go, it's apple juice. Yeah. Oh, dude, my fingers smell like my apple juice. My brain has literally synthesized the smell just for me. Oh yeah, also. It's on Google too. That was a big drama too. That was actually pretty big. No, well, listen up. We didn't only shit on it. We didn't only shit on it. I fucking love watching that clip. We didn't shit on you. With the music too. We didn't shit on you.
And the thing
we rolled you and smoked your ass on the Dorado. Admit it. We smoked your ass.
Yeah, because Dorado is our worst fucking map. Okay? But the things you don't say here is that
Stop shouting. Stop shouting.
The thing you don't say
We won.